Good, y'all's Classic and May here, and today I'll be sh showing y'all my full card breakdown and predictions for UFC Fight Night, Brandon Royval versus Manel Kape. Let's get into it. Starting off the card, we got some WMMA slop. Let's go. Teresa Bleda versus Jamie Lynn Horth. Alright, so on the side of Teresa Bleda, you have a decent stand-up fighter. Also has grappling. So, she came in the UFC off this win in the Contender Series about 3 years ago. Then lost her debut to Natalia Silva via spinning back kick, which, you know what, losing to Natalia Silva isn't such a bad thing. And then beat Gabriela Fernandez 2 years ago and 5 months ago, who's, ranked now, so pretty good, 5'9" flyweight. Making her first appearance in, 2.5 years, which is crazy. And then on the side of Jamie Lynn Horth, kind of just a win one, lose one kind of WMMA fighter. You know what you get here. Like, beats the cans, like Haley Cohen, Ivana Petrovic by split decision, and Vanessa Demolopoulos, complete garbage. So, yeah, for who I'm picking here, I think it's a pretty obvious one. I'm picking the favorite here. I'm picking Teresa Bleda by decision. I just think that Jamie Lynn Horth, well, a lot of what she relies on is her size and like clinch exchanges and stuff. And I just don't, and I think Teresa Bleda she's bigger than her, so I don't see any reason why Jamie Lynn Horth is gonna be able to actually enforce or shape on her. So I don't know. Give me Teresa Bleda by decision. Second fight on the card, we got Alan Fry versus Guilherme Pat. Yeah, this is one of the lowest level fights I've ever seen. You know it's low level when I can't even see Guilherme Pat's age over here. Like helpful. So yeah, it's a low level heavy. This is basically a Dana White Contender Series fight if you put it in the UFC. This guy's coming off a win off of LFA a year and 3 months ago, and this guy's coming off a win in Real Deal Championships. Oh yeah, fight the blobs. What y'all know about beating dudes who are 2-3 and 2-2, and taking 5 months off? You took 5 months off after beating guys 2-3. You're a disgrace. Then you're not much better, Pat. You beat a guy that's 4-4. And that got you in the UFC is beating a guy who's 4-4. You got to be kidding me. I mean, yeah, this is just low level MMA. I mean, you're going to decision with 0-0. Like neither of these guys are world beaters, or I just don't know nothing about them. You can't find tape on it. You can find some low quality highlights on YouTube, but I don't know. I'm just gonna pick the 6'5" Brazilian with an 80-inch reach and hope I'm right by first round KO. I mean, either way, this fight should end in a first round KO. It's heavyweight slop. What do you expect? On to the next fight. Don't care. Luana Santos versus Melissa Croden. Great, more WMMA. How much did I miss the Apex, bro? I couldn't live without seeing another Apex card, bro. I shed a tear whenever I saw this Apex card was announced. But so Luana Santos versus Melissa Croden here. Luana Santos is, besides the things she does outside of the cage, is actually decent. I mean, not beat the highest level competition, but has decent submission ability. Lost to Casey O'Neill, got battered, but only lost, beat some people. Juliana Miller, KO. Yeah, I don't know about these wins. Then on the side of Melissa Croden, she beat Tainara Lisboa, and then she's actually has a pretty high finish rate. Even though the problem with Melissa Croden is her record isn't too great either. Like, just look at the records of some of these fighters she's fighting outside of the UFC. They'd get that KO over Tainara Lisboa though in her debut. So, 35 years old, Melissa Croden's just the UFC signed her, so they could feed her to prospects. Let's be real. So for who I'm picking for this fight, uh, look close, man. Because Luana Santos is really not that good, and Croden did show some promising things in that UFC debut, but like. I have to remember, was she losing the Tainara Lisboa before the finish? Like, bro, I swear if I think back to that, I think she might have been losing. So, give me the safe pick here. I'll take Luana Santos by decision. Not like I care that much. Just being honest. Best predictor on YouTube right here. Alright, great. Yeah, this is the highest level fight you'll ever see. Steven Asplund. Everyone's favorite, you know what? Steven Asplund's a G, though. Watch that Dana White Contender Series fight, I mean, might be in the worst shape known to man, but he got it done, bro. And I mean, once upon a time, this guy was like 500 pounds, so get on him. And Sean Sheriff, I don't have anything good to say about you, buddy. You lost to a Tafa brother in your debut. And it wasn't necessarily, like, he actually did look not, as much as I want to hate on him for losing to Junior Tafa in his debut, he actually almost finished Junior Tafa in the first round before gassing out because he's a fat heavyweight. Which could give him something in this fight, except the problem is I thought maybe, he'd try to lose a couple pounds, try to get some of that cardio back. Nope, this dude came in the exact same weight today. Give me Steven Asplund by round 1 KO. This is so simple. I think it's going to be a scrap. I think Sean Sheriff's going to come in here throwing bombs, but I think Asplund will put him out. Because Steven Asplund, the only way you're beating him is via grappling, and I just don't think Sean Sheriff, like all these TKOs, these are all on the feet. Like, yes, he trains at Extreme Couture, but that's not a good thing. Extreme Couture, all those fighters stink. Like, this ain't 2017. We don't got Colby Covington around no more. Actually, that's probably worse if you have to listen to Colby talk all day at your gym while preparing for a fight. You're probably cooked, but give me Steven Asplund by round 1 KO. The GOAT is back, y'all. Give him an applause. Neil Magny, the Haitian sensation, is here to share his grace with Yaroslav Amosov, random Ukrainian guy. 28-1 fighter from Bellator. Looks good on paper until you realize that he's winning mostly decisions over these dudes by laying on top of Bellator fighters. And then he got KO'd by Jason Jackson. Still, though, insanely, I'll give him this. He's a very high-level wrestler. He knows what he's doing, has good cardio. Like, Amosov's legit. Interesting signing from the UFC. And Neil Magny, it's Neil Magny. Do I need to say much? This dude's going to either come in here and either you KO him in the first round, like Michael Morales or Carlos Prates, or you're Mike Malott and you win the whole fight and then get fluked. Or you're Aleskis the Santos or whatever this guy's name is, and you win the first round and then get KO'd to punches from back mount. Or you get subbed like Jake Matthews after winning the whole fight. So yeah, this is interesting, man, because on paper, Amosov's the way better fighter. Like, Amosov's better than Neil Magny at everything. Wrestling, striking is close, but the thing is, man, if Neil Magny, as soon as that third round hits, you can take him down, but then he's gonna reverse you, and once he starts landing ground and pound on you, and I don't know, bro. I watched this Jason Jackson fight, and I just saw quit in this Amosov dude. He does not have it like that. So you know what? Call me crazy. This might end up biting me, but Neil Magny by round 3 ground and pound TKO. Unk has still got it, bro. Neil Magny is gonna be on a 3-fight win streak in 2025. 320 underdog. He was like a 400 underdog his last fight, so I'm not worried. Neil Magny by round 3 TKO. And then for the next fight, actually pretty cool here. We got Joe Anderson Brito versus Isaac Thompson. Originally was meant to be Joe Anderson Brito versus Mexican Bagdasarian. But what's it called? Mexican Bagdasarian or whatever the guy's name is. Whatever the kid's name is. He pulled out, so we got Isaac Thompson instead. This guy out of Team Alpha Male in the big 2025. Alright. I just feel like hating today. My fault. Joe Anderson Burrito, this guy was tough. Like, coming in, dudes were talking about this dude like he was the Grim Reaper. Like, this dude beat Diego Lopez on Contender Series, and then he, beat Jonathan Pierce and Jack Shore. Like, people thought this man was him. And then he fought this fight versus William Gomez. He got robbed. And everyone's like, okay, you know what, it's fine. You got robbed by William Gomez. We don't view you exactly the same as you're having a close fight with William Gomez, but we'll let that pass. Then he gets absolutely grappled, just killed by Pat Sabatini as a big favorite. So I don't know. Joe Anderson Brito isn't having the best stretch of his career right now. But he's back after 8 months, took a long layoff. Probably had to reevaluate some things. Think about why he still does this sport, but against this Isaac Thompson dude who could be good, honestly. I don't think I honestly don't think he won his last fight. I think this was a robbery and a half, but other than that, I mean, this guy's on a decent little run. Not really getting a lot of finishes or doing anything too spectacular, but he's not awful. He's 24 years old. He's a young, tough, hungry Australian. I mean, it's not bad, but I don't know. Joe Anderson Brito, let's be for real. He's levels above. He's gonna win this. I think he wins this by round 1 knockout. Isaac Thompson, I saw he has a KO loss 4 years ago where he got slumped out cold, and Joe Anderson Brito hits very hard. I just want him to know that. So give me Joe Anderson Brito by KO. More WMMA, at least not on the main card. Jillian Robertson versus Amanda Lemos. Do I have to talk much? I mean, we got the auntie and Amanda Lemos, who's just became win loss. Wins one. Like, beat the current champ. By the way, that's how bad WMA is. When you're losing to Amanda Lemos, and then you become champ. That's WMA for you. And then beat Lucinda, who's really not good. So I don't know. As you can see, yeah, we're going Jillian Robertson. I'm not gonna. It's pretty easy to figure out. Jillian Robertson's actually kind of scary with the wrestling. Actually gets finishes. Like, I think she's gonna take down Amanda Lemos and bully her. That's all I see happening. Give me Jillian Robertson by decision. Bobby Green versus Lance Gibson Jr. We're not calling this man, that's we're not calling him that. So Quinn Green is back, the GOAT himself, Bobby Green, after getting sent to the Shadow Realm by Mauricio Rufy, and getting his arm snapped off by Paddy Pimblett. He's back again against some random bum that the UFC signed from Bellator. He has a few Bellator fights. I mean, the fact that there's 15 and 12 guys getting signed to Bellator just shows you how bad that promotion was at its peak. And then he got power jab TKO'd, so yeah. Honestly, I don't know who wins this fight, because Bobby Green is washed, man. Like, he is not good. And I mean, this guy's last one was over Jim Miller and the Grant Dawson fluke, but we don't talk about that. But yeah, and then we got Lance Gibson Jr., who's just this random NPC from what's called Bellator. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna be smart here, and I'm gonna pick Bobby Green by round 1 TKO, or not round 1, round 2 TKO, I think. Like, this Gibson, if I saw this guy get put out by power jab, I think not, I just said King. Yeah, we don't talk about that. But Bobby Quinn Green here, I think he has, he's still a good striker. His defense may be questionable at times. He may not be able to grapple to save his life. But one thing he does is he has punching power. And even at 40 years old, I think he can use that and put this guy out. So give me Quinn Green by KO. Not confident at all, though. Next fight on the card, we got Kennedy and Zechiku versus Marcus Buchech. I don't know how to say that, bro. Yeah, Kennedy and Zechiku, he was in Zechiku, whatever. I don't know how to say this guy's name either. He was a bit of a journeyman in light heavyweight. Was coming off 2 losses to OSP, which I mean, losing to OSP, oh Lord Almighty, and got slimed out by Dustin Jacoby. But made the move up to heavyweight, started fighting some fatties, got to fight 5'8" Chris Barnett. Didn't take much to beat Chris Barnett, and he beat Lucas Bresky. So he's having a bit of a career resurgence, and then he gets subbed in the first round. He gets heel hooked by Walter Walker. I mean, can't hate on him too much though. It's Walter Walker. He's gonna heel hook you if he feels like it. So and then on the side of Marcus Buchechko, you just have this pure BJJ guy that can't strike to save his life. Like, well, if he has a heel hook one, no, we're not going that deep into it. He did lose to Martin Buday. He wasn't able to get a single takedown of Martin Buday. And because of that, I don't think he's going to get a single takedown of Kennedy ZHQ either. Kennedy ZHQ by round 1 KO sounds really nice right now. Just saying. Like, no way he loses to Buchechko, who can only do BJJ. Even though this guy lost to 26 and 17 OSP, so definitely wouldn't count it out. But give me Kennedy and ZHQ by round 1 KO. Next fight on the main card. This is actually probably one of the three fights I care about on this whole card. Melky Costa versus Morgan Shire. Morgan Shire, he's this pretty decent French prospect coming into the UFC. Got a big body kick KO and then lost to Chepe Mariscal, which is not a bad loss. Chepe Mariscal got it like that. He's good. Then he got a KO over Gabriel Miranda, and then he lost to Nathaniel Wood, which I mean, Nathaniel Wood's good too. And KO'd Nate the Train his last fight. An absolute barn burner where he got dropped and nearly finished by Nate the Train, but came back and got the KO. Pretty sick. Then on the side of Melky Costa, he had that KO loss to Steve Garcia, but ever since that fight, this dude's been on a roll. Like, he's been super active, and he's just been started with the win over this guy. Cannot pronounce that name. Got the sub, and then he beat Again, back to back, got a guillotine choke over Andre Philly, veteran of the featherweight division, and then fought C Rod. Bro, C Rod is that guy, bro. C Rod. It's because Moki wasn't a prospect. C Rod then uses full power, so Moki won this fight. But then, comes back 2 months later and fights Julian Erosa in one of the best fights I've seen this year. That should not have been in the Apex. I don't know why we're sending Moki Costa back to the Apex again, but I do like Moki Costa a lot, though. He's on a 4-fight winning streak in, like, the last year. And, like, the last year and a half, this dude's just built a 4-fight winning streak, which is crazy activity. All props to the guy. But, yeah. I don't know. I don't think this fight is as close as people make. Morgan Shire's shown weaknesses. He's shown he can slow down in fights. Give me Moki Costa by decision. I think Moki Costa, he's going to win this fight however he wins by however he wants to. I mean, striking with Shire might be a little dangerous because Shire has power, but even then, technical striking, Moki should be able to win that. And then the wrestling, BJJ, being able to hold him in, like, back take positions and stuff. Like, I think Moki Costa will be able to win just by doing that. So give me Moki Costa by decision. Good fight, though. Excited for it. Next on the card, let's go. Contender Series debuts on the main card of UFC Fight Nights. Thank you, Dana White. We got Cesar Almeida versus Cesare Olajaychuk. So, Cesar Almeida is actually a guy who has a win over Alex Pereira in kickboxing, which is pretty crazy. But he's an unk. Just transitioned to MMA not that long ago, and he came to the UFC, won a decision, and then, he's been alright. Has only losses to Roman Kopylov, but this guy can't wrestle to save his life, but he's not bad. Then we got Cesar Olajaychuk, who went on a 3-5 win streak to get on the Contender Series. Then picked up the insane, or it should have been the insane KO win, but then the ref did the weird did like a time because he set illegal strikes even though they weren't back to the headshots, and then let him continue hammer fisting him after he realized he made the mistake and got the finish. Weird stoppage, but Olajaychuk got it done. So, no, I think this fight's pretty clear. I think Olajaychuk, Cesar Almeida, he gets dropped a lot. I noticed that. He got dropped in this fight versus Kopylov. And in the fight against Abdul Razak Alkan, I believe he got dropped in this fight as well. So, I don't know. I just felt like his chin's questionable. At 38 years old, I feel like Cesar Olajaychuk's going to be able to KO him. He's a talented kickboxer, but kickboxing doesn't matter, bro. It's MMA. In worst case scenario, Cesar did not mean to do that. Oops. Cesar will be able to wrestle him, bro. Like, I don't know. Give me Cesar Olajaychuk by round 1 KO. Next fight on the card, we got Kevin Vallejos versus Giga Chikadze. Like, one of the only 2 ranked men's fights on this card. So, Giga Chikadze was on a big run at one point. He was like the Grim Reaper of the UFC. He was sliming everyone out in the featherweight division. Bro, people forget, man. 2020 Giga Chikadze was sliming people out, man. 2020, 2021 Giga Chikadze, he was the Grim Reaper. And then he ran into Calvin Kattar and got the biggest whooping I ever seen. And since then, bro just took a ton of time off. Fight Alex Casares. And then lost to Arnold Allen and David Onama, where he just looked kind of slow and old. Then Kevin Vallejos, man. I mean, this guy, Kevin Vallejos is amazing, man. He's basically just a mini Elliott Sport, and I love him for that. Dude has a ton of KO power. He's slamming people out left and right. I mean, he's 16-1 in MMA. His only pro loss is to Gene Silva on the Contender Series in a fight where he really didn't even get hurt that badly. Which, you know what? If you're not getting hurt that badly by Gene Silva, who hurts everyone, you gotta be pretty good. I mean, at 24 years old, I mean, this kid got it, man. Coming off the win over Danny Silva, where he showed cardio, where he showed endurance, and even with Danny Silva, who he couldn't put out cold because his chin's made out of granite steel or something. He still got it done, though, by decision by using his wrestling and showing he's a well-rounded MMA fight. Yeah, this is just, Giga Chikadze is the worst ranked guy in the UFC. They're just feeding him to Vallejos. I'm surprised even he shouldn't have accepted this, but, I mean, he didn't have many options. Yeah, he's going to go on a 3-fight losing streak. Kevin Vallejos is going to smoke him. I'm sorry. Like, Vallejos will buy whatever he wants. Whether he wants to strike, use his boxing, Chikadze will be nice. Will probably look good in the first round with it. Like, he still has a nice, like, striking style in the first round. It's just he kind of falls off after that now. But after that, Vallejos can just box him up, maybe even KO him. But Giga has a good chin, so Vallejos, I think, probably will finish him. Then on the ground, I mean, Vallejo showed he can wrestle in his last fight. He was taking Danny Silva down at will, which I mean is Danny Silva, but he's not bad. And Kevin Vallejo was taking him down at ease. So I don't know. I think Vallejo's by however he wants. I think Vallejo's by decision. Then for our main event, we got Brandon Royval versus Manel Kape, everyone's favorite pullout merchant, Manel Kape. Also, may be on PEDs if you saw what's going on with his let's just say he's having the Adesanya. So that's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, Brandon Royval here. I mean, Brandon Royval been doing it, man. He's been around the flyweight division. He's like, he's just kind of stuck at being that like second or third best flyweight on the planet and never getting outside of it. Legit beats everyone else except the top guys. Beats Nicolau, then fights Pantoja for like the 40th time and loses. Then he beats Brandon Moreno, beats Tatsuro Taira. Which I mean, bro, who does Tatsuro Taira like that? And then loses to Joshua Van. Like Royval is just stuck in a weird spot. Like, and then Manel Kape, you got just super insane, entertaining fighter who, when he gets into his flow state, can just has insane KO power for a flyweight. I mean, I know he's not doing it against the best competition, and also he's an eye poker, shit, bro. Like Manel Kape, bro. Eye poking's the best base for MMA. Like I'm telling you. Surprisingly, wait, I just realized Manel Kape's is gonna have 3 fights in a calendar year. This has to be a miracle, bro. This has to be a miracle. Yeah. So no, I think what this fight comes down to, honestly, is just the problem is Brandon Royval. He's a volume striker, and that's good because he'll be able to land a lot of punches on Manel Kape. But the problem is that I just feel like Manel Kape's gonna be able to out damage him at least in the first 3 rounds. I think. Like I think he'll be able to bank an early 3 rounds pretty easy, pretty comfortably. Just because Royval will be game, he'll be landing his volume. He'll probably land more strikes than Kape. Like if you look at the strike numbers, he'll land more than Kape. Kape strikes, they're just gonna hit Royval hard. And I'm a little worried about Royval's chin. I have to be honest. I just have to be honest. After that Van fight, seeing baby Nate Diaz get dropped like that and nearly get finished in the 3rd round and not make me come, and now he gets to fight the most powerful flyweight in the division. I don't know about this, man. Just pray don't get knocked out. And bro, later rounds is that's the only because the problem is I see people picking Brandon Royval because they think he can grapple him or something. Brandon Royval doesn't shoot takedowns, bro. He chose not to shoot on Joshua Van. So why would he shoot on Manel Kape has better takedown defense than Joshua Van. Manel Kape walked in there against Muhammad Mokaev and stuffed some of his takedowns. Like he has better takedown defense than Joshua Van. And Brandon Royval didn't shoot on him, so why would he shoot on Manel Kape? And even if he does, it's not going anywhere. So I don't know. I see Manel Kape. I think he's gonna. This is gonna be a banger fight. Manel Kape's just gonna have one of those classic performances where he looks like he's probably gonna be the champ of the division, then disappear for 2 years. So I think Manel Kape gets this done by decision though. Overall, that's my full card predictions. I'll run through who I picked. Starting off the card, I had Teresa Bleda by decision, Guilherme Pat by KO in the 1st round. I had Luana Santos by decision, Stephen Asplin by round 1 KO, Neil Magny by round 3 KO. Let's go, baby. Best blessed. Joe Anderson Burrito. I butchered that. Joe Anderson Burrito by round 1 knockout. Jillian Robertson by decision. Bobby Green by round 2 KO. Kennedy and Nzechukwu by round 1 knockout. Melky Costa by decision. Cesare Olajaychuk by round 1 KO. Kevin Vallejo's by decision. And cap it off. Get it, Cap. That was Cordy. Manel Kape by decision. Yeah, that was awful. Hey, bro, excuse that. I got Manel Kape by decision though. Overall, it's a decent Apex card. It ends the year off, and then we get the Paramount deal. Maybe the UFC will stop making these trash Apex cards. Anyways, I might drop a recap for this. It depends. Depends if the card's interesting or not. I'm gonna watch the whole thing because I'm a hardcore, but doesn't mean I'm gonna be enjoying it. So, anyways, I'll see y'all soon. I'm gonna be getting more consistent with the uploads. My bad. I'll be uploading once a week now. I need to lock in. But anyways, peace, y'all. See y'all in the next video.